Hey, everybody. So good to see you all again. Really excited. I don't know how expected this live was, but I know that after Friday and Saturday, I knew that I wanted to see you guys again and I wanted to do something really special for you. And you probably noticed the tone of the Friday live that I did was different than the tone of the Saturday live. And this one's going to be completely different. Assuming it works for you, this is going to be a lot more interactive. It's funny because I began all the other ones apologizing like, "Hey, I hope I don't miss your chats." And in this one, I really hope I don't miss any of your chats because this is going to be a nice go between. I thought it might be fun to experiment with the opportunity of interacting with you and guiding you through methods so that we could actually have this shared experience and you can get a new perspective and a new look and a new vantage point of the methods. And I imagine 99.9999% of you have read my book and are aware of it. For those that are finding me for the first time, this is Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read. You could always feel free to go to andrewcap.com, which has a very easy link to the listing on Amazon. The book is only $4 on Kindle. I like to keep it very affordable. I want to make sure nobody has any excuse why they can't get a hold of it. And tonight, I'm going to be leveraging some methods that are inspired by the content in that book to serve you. Now, really cool thing about this is, hey, Matt, really awesome to see you, man. What a cool surprise. I'm glad you're here. This is very cool. Really cool thing tonight here is like everyone here that's operating live, we're gonna have this really cool opportunity to really do these methods together. I do want to ask that anyone who sees this later after the fact, the instructions or the requests I give to the live crowd, use the comment section to engage in the same way because you're going to get so much of a more powerful experience and benefit of this. And, kicking things off real quick, a little message for you because before we started, I wanted to remind you all of something really important, something that you really want to keep in mind as we work through these methods. So much so that I wrote it out. I want to make sure I got this right. What you want already exists. Always remember the energy is like never created or destroyed, and every desire that you've ever had is technically already here. It's just vibrating at a frequency that doesn't match your exact vibrational set point yet. But through the methods that we're going to run through tonight and any other methods that you continue to utilize afterwards, you're going to access and engage your nervous system on multiple levels across multiple dimensions, turning your consciousness into the frequency of your desired results, which will then instruct the universe to literally rearrange itself in response and match your new signal. You're essentially going to be transforming the energy of what you want and pulling its materialized form into your reality. Remember, all you need is a few minutes a day, even though we're going to do a lot more than a few minutes on this. And then you just got to watch what happens and see it unfolds. One final little note about this. I often say it about the gratitude blitz. Every time you do a gratitude blitz, the first 10 seconds, the first 20 seconds, the first 30 seconds, it might be underwhelming for a lot of people. But as you're thinking of more and more things to be grateful for, and as it gets into 60 seconds and 70 seconds and 100 seconds and 150 seconds, and you start thinking like, wow, look at all this cool stuff in spite of all my problems, in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the reasons to maybe frown, I can't help but think of all these good things in my life, how happy I am to have these people, to have my health, to have these opportunities, to have whatever it might be. This is what I envision for tonight because I don't know if this is going to like click with you right away or if it's going to take a little while to get into it or if you're going to feel kind of just okay for the whole time, not even realizing the massive vibrational impact that ideally is being made for you right now. So I see a bunch of people like popping into the comments. Thank you so much. Everybody that's on the chat right now, everyone that's in the room, if I got my settings right, I'm still new to this whole live stream deal. If I got my settings right, there's nobody in the room right now who shouldn't be able to chat, who shouldn't be able to contribute and put their, whatever down. I really want to, you don't have to, but I want to highly, highly encourage you to type into the chat, really engage. We're going to have this shared experience. We're going to be feeding off of each other, off of the good vibes, off of the ideas, off of what each of us wants. to bolster the combined energy, to bolster the combined vibrational magnetic power of our vibrational frequency. That's what I really want to go through here. Awesome. Shannon. All right, cool. You're into it. Kathy, Dirk, Amanda, I see. Beatrice. All right, cool. So, where do we begin? So many opportunities here, so many things to do. I want to begin with a loose reasons into reality. And obviously, the theme of what we got going here, this is our, money manifesting Monday live. So we're going to do something around money. We're going to do something around abundance here. Anyone on this call, I'm sure, no matter where you are in your money situation, there's a goal you can think of. There's a desire you can think of related to your financial abundance or your abundance in general. And I want to invite you, throw it in the chat right now. What is one goal? What is one Northern Star that you want, that you're going for, that you want to use these methods to engage with to bring that about? Okay, money for new job, money that way. Awesome. Thank you, Edith. What else? What do you guys got? New job, cool. Pay off the bills. Good morning from Egypt. All right, cool. Money for retirement, financial freedom. Any more? All right, guys. This is the way we have new job, we have paying the bills, we have money for retirement, financial freedom, um, getting through a loan, number of clients in so much time. All right, awesome. So look at all these cool goals. Look at how everybody has their own their own kind of vantage point of this. Everyone's got their own piece of this. Why do you want it? What is a specific reason that really resonates with you for getting this goal? And as you type those reasons down, and someone like, Beatrice already put it, money to help my children. Your children are the reason. And what a great reason. And the reason I ask this is because when you put down the reason, when you actually articulate that, when you put that on paper or on the screen or just out in front of you, you're actually accessing the signal of having what you want. It might not feel like it in the moment, but by kind of saying why you want it. And obviously it's a good thing. It's something that really lights you up. Again, it's your kids, it's being free of debt, it's having that freedom of that financial freedom, it's whatever it might be. Um, Connecting with other people, waking more people up. I mean, what a cool goal, right? That feels good. Rebecca put, market my courses and books to wake more people up. That is a really good positive feeling. So now that you think about that, now that you're articulating that, you are actually accessing the vibrational frequency of having the money that's going to get you there. Self-care, Christine, what a wonderful answer. Pam, helping those in needs. Again, aren't these things that light you up? Everybody that's watching this after the fact, after the live stream, comment below the same thing. Comment a really, an important financial goal of yours and why you want it. Bask in the positive feelings of what this thing is. Bask in the positive feelings of that outcome, that event, that result. Bask in what it feels like to be in that reality. It's like it's a brand new possibility that may or may not feel accessible in this moment, but actually you're accessing it right now, vibrationally speaking, by engaging in that reason. What else do we have here? A cushion to change the jobs in the new year. Like think about that. Someone just said they want like 100,000 by the end of the year because it's a cushion. Basically, it's this wonderful feeling of safety and security and this freedom and flexibility so that when you're looking for a new job, in this person's case, you're not looking over your shoulder. You're not wondering when the next paycheck's going to come. You're not worried about food on the table. Instead, there's plenty of food on the table. Instead, there's a roof over your head. Instead, your family is provided for. Instead, now there's expansive freedom to find that job, the one that perfectly suits you. Like, what an awesome reason to think about. Extreme relief. Beatrice just put extreme relief. Like, think about the emotion of that. And anybody can resonate with that. Just being able to breathe and have that feeling of relief, of having the burden of whatever weight it might have been on your shoulders just vanish, just completely vanish. Edith, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. You went from not being able to afford $149 to generating 70,000 in 1 month. Thanks to me. Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you to Gravity of the Cosmos. Now you want the next level because you've been able to help people. So you want to take more money and be able to help people and leverage that. Like, what a wonderful, cool thing. Matt, freedom from the heaviness of being able to cover everything. Like, look at that. Like, getting away from that heaviness, being able to handle everything, to handle bills, to take care of family, to handle whatever comes your way. These are amazing things. These are Shannon. Yes, Beatrice. Thank you, thanking Beatrice in the comments. Yes, thank you so much. Like, how cool is this? And again, I'm not sure how many people we have in the chat right now. I don't think everyone kind of typed in. If you haven't typed in, I still hope that you're still just thinking about what that thing is and you're thinking about the reason. Maybe even typing it on your phone or writing it down on a notepad, doing whatever. Maybe it's a little bit too private or too personal that you don't want to put it on a YouTube live stream chat, but at least be engaging in this process. I hope you're writing it down. Okay. Now that we're kind of basking in these feelings, let's take it to a different but kind of same level. Give me a reason below of not even a reason, give me a possible how of how you might get this financial win. Now, notice how I say possible because we don't want to put a requirement or an attachment on this. We don't want to say that the universe has to do it this way because once you do that, you're kind of got like this stuck energy. And if it doesn't happen that way, you're not going to accept anything else. The reason that I want to recommend that you put in the chat right now, like, oh, thanks, Matt, 58 people. Awesome. The reason that I want you to put in the chat how it might happen is I just want you opening yourself up to possibilities. I want you to kind of loosen up that stuck vibrational energy that might be there. If you put down any kind of articulation of how it might happen. So Cliff, getting a new job, cool. How might the new job come? Is a friend going to tell you? Are you going to discover it on LinkedIn? Are you going to meet a stranger randomly in the street who's going to kind of like strike up a conversation and realize you're the perfect person for the job? So it isn't even just getting the job, which is a great example, but how might that happen? Jenny mentions, her business. Okay, what might happen in the business? Will a video that you do to promote it will it go viral? Will there be a situation where people are recommending it without you realizing it? Like, what are the possible ways that these financial wins can actually happen? Cheryl put a podcast sponsorship. Excellent. That's a wonderful way this can happen. Who are the different types of people that might find the podcast, depending on what the podcast is about? Is this something where it's going to be like a massive health company? Is it, I mean, again, I'm not sure of your business, but like, notice how we're going on levels here. A podcast sponsorship is a possible way by which it might happen. Okay, cool. Who are the different options of those sponsors? What are the types of companies? What are the types of industries? Deep Purple, my investments multiply overnight. This is what I love about this. Investments are this weird, amazing thing where there could be volatility at any second. Things moon overnight. Investments shoot through the roof overnight. So, of course, that is a possible way. The Beatrice said the lottery, again, an overnight thing. These are possible ways that this could happen. Matt, I love this. YouTube content leads to new clients. And by the way, anyone check out Matt Lane Fitness. This dude he is so excellent at what he does. He is, and the conversations I've had with him, like, you wouldn't believe how much he cares about his people. You won't believe how much he cares about getting a result and serving the people that follow him. Like, that's the recipe, that's the magic, that's right there. And I love the way they were thinking about this. Cliff, some coaches and say don't worry about the how, which gets in my head. Okay, cool. Now, again, I'm I'm also a proponent of not worrying about the how in the sense that when we're talking, okay, there's two versions of this. There's the how in the sense of what you can do that what's within your control, and then there's the how of what's with that not within your control. With a situation like this, ideally what's going to happen when you start thinking these possibilities and you start resonating on this level is ideas are going to pop into your mind that are inspired ideas. They're not ideas like out of lack where you feel like you're trying to go against the flow and you're trying to force it, but ideas were like a marketing idea just might spring to mind, or something that you weren't thinking of, and you'll feel lit up by it, you'll feel excited by it. But there's also a level here where, like, the stuff that isn't within your control, I'm a huge fan of not knowing how it's going to happen, because when I don't know how the stuff that's not within my control is going to happen, then anything can happen. There is a freedom and a flexibility there, and then all these cool things start to unfold. So, obviously, if there's a how that comes to mind about something within your control, an action that you can take, inspired action you can take, awesome. But also revel in not knowing how the universe is going to move things in your path, because then you're open to it. Then when those opportunities come in front of you, It's this open, refreshing thing where you could really lean into it. Suzanne said, write a great book. Like what, I relate to that, right? It's like a possible way that anybody can make money is they have a book or they have a video or they have a product or they have something that goes viral or who knows what it might be, where they care so much about that thing that it resonates with people, it connects, and all of a sudden everyone wants to buy their thing, everyone wants to talk about their thing. It's interesting for me because I wrote this guy here in 9.5 weeks, and there was so much power and potency, and I was so inspired when I was doing it, and I didn't realize at the time that a huge driving force of the book would have been positive word of mouth. I didn't realize that so many people were going to be so enthusiastic about telling their friends about it. And like, what a welcome surprise. And I'm so glad that I didn't really have that in the back of my mind, because that would have been this how of like, oh, now I've got to make it like review friendly, or I've got to make it recommendation friendly. No, I didn't worry. Obviously, I want to make it good. I wanted to make it so good that whoever read it would love it, but that was like the limit of what I wanted to do, because I didn't want any stuck energy. I didn't want any requirements stifling my creativity on the way I was going to go about it. Um, Thank you, Christine. So you heard about my book through Dr. Frederick and shared with self. Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone that recommended. Thank you for sharing it with people. It really, it's, you have no idea how much I appreciate it. But in any case, I'm getting off a little topic here. I'm hoping everyone's understanding there's so many possibilities, and whatever you wrote, whatever you put into the chat, whatever latecomers put into the comments, whatever you even thought of, it can be the way it happens. It does not necessarily have to be the way it happens. Odds are it's going to be in a different way, and that's a good thing. You want that freedom, you want that flexibility. That's what you want. Matt just got a new subscriber. Awesome. Okay, so while I take a drink of water, just kind of take a second here to bask in the idea. Like, you literally just created something. I don't know how you feel right now. I don't know if you're buzzing or if you feel nothing, but you just made a vibrational shift as long as you went through this process. As long as you noted, whether it was in the chat or to yourself, your financial goal, and you noted at least one reason why, and you activated the vibration, and you put at least one how it might happen, you have activated the vibration. Sit and breathe for just 10 seconds here and think about the significance of that. Shannon writes, I sincerely hope you keep this YouTube going, because after reading and listening to the book and Gravity of the Cosmos is helping me understanding and the realization. Awesome. Shannon feels tingly. Cool. Now, this is another important piece. There are people like Shannon that are literally they're gonna be buzzing. Their body's gonna be buzzing, and they're energy sensitive. If you're buzzing, awesome. And if you're not, don't worry about it. None of this is a competition. I've had periods where I would literally like buzz, and like there'd be this explosive manifestation that would happen soon after. And I've also had periods in my life where like it felt like nothing was happening. I only felt okay for like weeks straight, just okay about these things I was focusing on, and they came. So if you feel something awesome, if you don't understand, as long as you're following through on this process, you are shifting your energy in an amazing way. It's really important to think about that. It's really important to kind of just acknowledge that and accept that and be okay with that. Um Deep Purple says, Andrew, please limit yourself. You were exhausted over the weekend. We appreciate you, but take care of yourself. You know what? It's a problem. Like, I get so passionate about this stuff. I do have to kind of like hold myself back. It's an interesting thing. Thank you for the care. I will I'm gonna be a little aggressive over the next month, but I am very cognizant of taking care of myself and not overdoing it. Um Lurleen says, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I just know it will. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. How's everyone feeling? Everyone good? It's so funny because like I'm in this whole like little YouTube thing, and I feel like the comments are delayed a little bit. So I feel like you guys are typing something and I'm not figuring it out until like, 5 minutes later or something. Um, okay. Let's talk about another method inspired by this guy right here. Um, and by the way, again, I'm sure newcomers will be like, oh, Andrew just wants to sell his book. It's like, listen, I specifically only make the book $4 on Kindle so that it's not like a big deal. I'm not looking to make a killing on this. I'm looking to make a difference. And as you can see by this YouTube channel and all the methods on YouTube here, you don't have to buy the book. You don't have to pull out your wallet. You don't have to spend you literally don't have to spend money to get benefit from what I'm doing here. I mean, I think it'll help, but you don't have to. YouTube is free. I got all this stuff for you. So with that in mind, another method that people might recognize on this discount trigger. Okay, here's the deal. And this is something that I'm going to be covering in a live either tomorrow or probably Wednesday. Um, I saw a comment by someone who's not having a good time, and I want to address it for them. I want to like make sure they're taken care of. But like the shorthand is like regardless of how easy the law of attraction is here and things that are regardless of how easy it is to implement the manifesting methods and engage in that way, life itself isn't always easy. And I'm sure everyone right now, no matter how like good things are going, you could also think of things that bother you, that annoy you. Maybe you scroll through social media and you see things you don't like. Maybe you've got like an annoying colleague at work. Maybe you've got something else. There might be some kind of regularly consistent type of thing that just like you would rather not experience and it gives you negative emotions. I want to strategically use that to our advantage. And the discount trigger method, I'll kind of give the quick story about it. It was inspired by this entrepreneur that he sold this new product, and everybody like well, not everyone, but like a lot of people hated the product and they were demanding a refund. And he wasn't expecting that. Like he put his heart and soul. He thought he was going to serve them and give them this awesome thing. And all these people are asking for a refund. So he's like, I'm so sorry. Listen, here's your money back. And by the way, here's a coupon for a discount on this other thing that I used to do that like everyone loves. As my apology to you, here's a discount on that thing if you want it. And the ironic thing is, he actually made more money because by refunding that thing and giving people a discount on the other thing, all these people bought the other thing. So I call it the discount trigger method in the sense that there was this negative thing and it almost became like a cue or an indicator or an inspiration point for him to do something positive instead. So when I say discount trigger, I mean we're going to strategically use something that annoys you every day and we're going to make it a leveraging point to positively impact your vibration from a financial abundance standpoint. So here's what I want you to do. With the understanding that something might annoy you regularly, again, you know what that thing might be. I want you to think of something that you could rehearse and remember to think of in the moment when that happens. So for example, I used to have noisy neighbors. I don't anymore. But whenever I had a noisy neighbor, if I wanted to like boost my financial frequency, whenever they were just obnoxious and just over the top and just like I'm trying to watch my language on a YouTube live, but they were really upsetting me, I made a point of like, okay, this is my reminder. I'm going to take 20 seconds out and envision my bank account numbers just like like skyrocketing. I saw like almost like a tally of the numbers, almost like a slot machine where the numbers like we're spinning up more and more. Someone that wants clients, you could literally like when someone's annoying you, you can close your eyes and breathe and visualize an email of a client coming in wanting to hire you. Or if you want your investments, like someone wanted their investments to go well. Imagine just like the number, whatever the stock is, like going up. So when something's annoying you, you have it in rehearsed in your head, like that specific stock. You're gonna visualize the number going up, whatever it might be. So pop in the chat to help people, give them the good examples. What is something that next time something regularly bothers you, what are you going to take as a cue to think of positively to remind you to trigger your financial abundance? Throw something in the chat to inspire people. Anyone that's watching this later, throw it in the comments. What is something for you to think of, to visualize, to bask in, to be grateful for, that's going to vibrationally enhance your magnetism for abundance, for financial abundance? Getting a new client, awesome. Christine's going to literally visualize getting a new client. So whatever's got like bothering Christine on a normal basis, now next time she's going to like anytime it bothers her, she's just going to think, okay, let me visualize getting a new client. Because KRO, by the way, wrote, I read the book and using scripting is the most of the time it worked. Awesome. Pam says, grateful that I can hear, see, and so Pam was kind of using this just kind of like as gratitude for her body. She's grateful that I can hear, see, and feel the annoyance. She's basically taking this annoying thing and using it as a cue to be grateful to be alive. Now, she didn't follow my instructions, but that's okay. Make this your own. I'm giving you a guidance here. I'm saying, like, tonight's about manifesting money, use the money theme. Pam's like, no, thanks. I'll do it my own way. And I love that. That's the beauty of, like, hopefully the way I like to teach this. You could make everything your own, everything. And that's like walk away from the annoyance. Matt, well, yes, his sense of humor is the best. But obviously, you're going to walk away from the annoyance, but it still reminds you, Matt, to do something. Like, the annoyance happens, so it's a good reminder maybe to visualize, clients coming in or more people. Like, imagine like using it as a trigger point to visualizing your YouTube subscriber count just like boosting up or something like that. Shannon's actually gonna walk outside up to the look up the clouds and just say thank you. Um, Douglas, interior downer thoughts to then bask in the email coming in, giving my next screenplay assignment. Awesome. So Douglas is actually like visualizing his passion and getting the work that he wants. Kathy wrote, the negativity of someone close. I'll smile and watch my stocks go crazy. Isn't that great? Because that the negativity of that person, that's their pattern. That's what they're gonna do. So they're gonna give you like this perfect excuse to just keep thinking about your stocks and keep visualizing that and contributing vibrationally, contributing like a positive frequency towards that. Um, KRO's about donating. Oh, awesome! Counting your gratitude, cool. Um, Go from broke says, instead of wondering whatever or whoever walking by the house is causing my dog to bark, I'm gonna imagine he's barking at all oh my god, I love this. I'm gonna read this again. Instead of wondering whatever or whoever walking by the house is causing my dog to bark, which I'm sure is super annoying, I'm gonna imagine that the dog is barking at all of the money flowing my way. Like, imagine like money like just hitting the front door, just like freaking your dog out, and like it's just pouring in. And imagine then, like, even like you pull out your phone and you look at your phone app and you look at your bank balance and it's reflecting all the money that's like hitting your door and hitting the windows. I love it. Like, what an awesome visualization. I love that. Beecher says, thousands of people buying my KDP planner, and or I trade and it goes beyond what I expect to be the target price. Deep Purple Palm, being a money machine and all the money swirling around is yours. It's already piling up around my feet. Matt's like, no, that was a real question. Why not walk away from it? Matt, you can walk away from it. But what I'm saying is, if something annoying is going to happen, if negative things are happening in our life, let's strategically use it to our advantage and say, okay, this bad thing that happened is my reminder, is my cue to intentionally take a couple seconds out and think of something positive, because I'm using this negative thing as a leveraging point. That, in other words, even when I lose, I win. Even when somebody annoys me, it's just making me do something that I visualize, that I boost my vibrational signal and invite more into my life. So yeah, walk away from the thing that bothers you, but also use it as an excuse, as a reason to visualize something good for yourself. Suzanne, tell myself that it's their problem, not mine, and visualize them being a nicer person. All right, really cool. Suzanne's like, I'm just going to visualize, like, I'm going to bring the light back on them and kind of visualize a good result through them specifically. Oh, see, Matt's sometimes Matt has a dry sense of humor, so like he wasn't kidding because he didn't understand what I was saying. But I love it. Kathy, okay, cool. Edith, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. You said annoying client. I'll imagine that's the path to get to the easy multi-million dollar deals. Well, so yeah, you know what? Like, when there is a challenging client, it's funny you say that. They're often teaching you a lesson that it might not be a fun lesson, but it's a valuable, powerful lesson. Some of my most stressful days at work that I would never want to relive have taught me things that I've leveraged towards like a lot of financial abundance. So awesome. Dirk says, I love the beach method, bringing a bucket. Okay, so he's talking about the ultimate abundance meditation, which of course is in the book. And by the way, people um, that didn't buy the book and don't want to buy it, you can always email me and I'll hook you up with a guided version of my ultimate abundance meditation. So again, not making anyone spend money on me. Cool. Mother Bleeper. I love your screen name. Every time my ex manipulates myself for my kids, I'll picture my mailbox full of checks. Awesome. I love it. I love it. And again, I don't know your life personally, but I know when we're talking about exes and relationships, I mean, often there's a lot of banging heads. So there's gonna be like a lot of opportunity to leverage in the things that you want. Um, Dirk says, "Yep, the ultimate abundance method is the greatest of all time." Awesome, thank you for that. All right, cool. How we doing? I see Matt's like the star in the chat room now, which I love. Okay, I got another method for you guys, and all like the methods that I teach and the way that I teach the law of attraction, it's often in recognition of unintentional contradictions and unintentional roadblocks that people just deal with when they're trying to manifest more of what they want. So a perfect example of a thing that a lot of people struggle with, they struggle with visualizing the moment that they get their manifestation. And it's really interesting because, when you get that $1 million client or you get that house or you meet the love of your life or whatever, like this really important goal that you have so much emotional stock in, um, you're supposed to feel like euphoric, right? There's this very specific, emotional state that you're supposed to access. And people who have difficulty accessing that emotional state, and because they have difficulty accessing it, they're going to get frustrated. And because they get frustrated, they're going to quit. And because they quit, they're going to say, you know what? I knew this thing didn't work. And because they knew the thing didn't work, it didn't work. And because it didn't work, they weren't happy. Let's skip all of that. If you were having trouble visualizing like the moment that you get your manifestation, let's just jump 10 minutes into the future from when you got that manifestation, because 10 minutes later, you could feel anything. You could feel euphoric. Maybe it died down and you feel it just okay. Maybe you're really excited. Maybe you're not. Like there's so much room, there's so much flexibility for the emotions that you could be feeling. So, that financial goal that you kind of either put down in the chat or you wrote down to yourself or you thought of at the beginning of the session, I want you to think of like, imagine like you had manifested that goal, but it's 10 minutes afterwards, 10 minutes after the manifestation, 10 minutes after you experienced whatever euphoria and you're in whatever emotion you need, whatever emotion that you need to be. What are you doing 10 minutes later? How are you feeling? Are you texting somebody with the news? Are you sending an email announcement out? Are you just sitting back and relaxing and basking in it? Are you telling a loved one in person? 10 minutes later, what is this thing that you're doing? What is the experience that you're going through? What is the emotion that you're feeling? What is the process that you're experiencing now that this thing has manifested for you? Take a minute out and type also. So here we go, Cliff's, and I'm already missing some chats here, which is awesome because you guys are typing way too fast, which I love. Thank you for all this. Oh, YouTube commercials. Sorry about that. I try to put on the lowest setting, but it's okay, Dirk. If I'm not mistaken, the stream will pick up right where you left off. Um, Okay, interesting. I'm gonna look into that. So Dirk just said he got commercials, which is unusual for a live. So I'm gonna look into the settings next time I do this to to see. And he says there goes money around my feet. Okay, good notes for next time. When the commercial's over and you're back and you're hearing me, do me a favor and just type in like what it's like, what was the moment like, and people seeing this later, comment below. Comment, just let me know like what this is like or what the experience was for you. 10 minutes later, 10 minutes after you got the thing that you wanted. I'm just gonna see if anything pops out. Beatrice says very excited to share with my husband. Christine said, totally gonna focus on getting new clients. When the commercials pop up, awesome. Suzanne, I'll be in a state of shock that I actually did it. That's okay. I mean, you don't have to be, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. Douglas said, after getting the signed contract back, quietly sitting and visualizing the completed and highly successful project as a whole. Dirk said, euphoria, ready for the next milestone. Pamela says, jumping and dancing that I'm debt free. Kathy says, calling the person who borrowed money and then tell them that the loan is forgiven. List said, yes, I've started visualizing the days after it comes. Like this is awesome. It's not even, and notice it's not just 10 minutes later. It could be a day later. It could be a week later. You can do whatever you want, whatever feels right, whatever resonates with you. But again, I'm sure hopefully a number of you might be buzzing, kind of like thinking about this. Lurleen, thank you for the note. I'm going to look into that. Hopefully though, you guys are, um, so S. Kelly said, bummed you got in late. Guess what? There's a replay and there's more today. So just like follow along. But don't worry, you're gonna get to experience the first half in a replay. I'm always gonna keep these available for people. Um, Terry said I would just sit back and make sure it was not a dream. Cool. All right. Liz says, I'm calling my realtor and telling her that we need to start looking at houses. Awesome. Like, imagine what that conversation is going to be like. Is the realtor surprised? Are they excited? Do they have news for you right away? Are they telling you that you need to give them a couple of days? Like, really dive into the vivid details of what this is to whatever measure you can that you actually enjoy it. Um, and by the way, again, like I was saying, I'm hoping everyone's enjoying this. I'm hoping that you're feeling this. Thanks, Matt. I'll talk to you about that also. Awesome. Um, like again, what I'm doing, I'm walking you through this process here. Like this is the stuff. If it feels like you're buzzing, cool. If it feels ordinary, cool. Like this right now, if you're following along, if you're typing stuff into the chat or you're writing something privately or you're commenting later, if you're actually participating mentally with me on this and following along with me, this is the process. If it feels ordinary, it's supposed to. If it doesn't feel like a big deal, it's not supposed to. Like, this is what it means. This is what it's like for me when I do 5 minutes a day of manifesting. Now, again, some days are euphoric, some days are just okay. Like, as long as it's not negative, as long as I feel like, because feeling okay is not negative, feeling okay is not bad. As long as I'm at a minimum set point of okay, as long as like I'm good in that moment, that's everything. That's every, and this is a reason why I wanted to do a live like this. I just wanted to walk you through and I imagine I'm probably projecting a little bit, but I imagine there's a certain number of you who are kind of like being patient with me, like, oh, I loved Andrew's book and I like most of his videos. I'm not feeling anything, but I'm gonna hang in with him right now. No, it's okay. Like any kind of level of banality that you're feeling and it's ordinary, guess what? Your vibration is changing. You are modifying your vibrational frequency by engaging in this process on even an even keel level. And again, for the people that do feel euphoric or you're buzzing and you feel like a little heat in your solar plexus, you're energy sensitive. I've been through that too. That's also it's a wonderful indicator. It's a wonderful indicator when you have it, when your body is kind of singing to you, because it literally detects the shift. Your body feels your energetic body at the same time. So I'm trying to articulate like everyone right now is having a very different experience. All of them, as long as you're participating, mean that you're doing what you're supposed to. With that context in mind, let's do another method. This one's inspired by protecting the prize. So for those that didn't read my book, protecting the prize was inspired by it was a UFC fighter, and her name's not even popping into mind right now. She was training to be a champion. And obviously, she had a physical regimen. She had this really intense training that she had to go through, but she also had a mental coach that would walk her through, visualizations of winning fights and winning championships, like going through the process. But the really cool thing that this specific mental coach put her through was like, listen, it's really nice that we're visualizing you winning the title, but I want you to visualize yourself defending it. I want you to be at that level of psychology where you actually already have the championship and you have to keep everyone else at bay. You have to fight off other challengers because that's an elevated level of a manifestation because that's where it's really been done. It's one thing to visualize it actually happening. It's another thing to be set in the visualization that it already did happen. And you're actually looking at it from a past point of view. Like there is such a power and impact to that. So when I say protecting the prize, whatever your financial manifestation is, what are you doing to take care of it, to look after it, to maintain it, whatever it might be? So, example, if your manifestation was a new job, okay, what are you doing in that new job to ensure that the boss wants to keep you around or that you get promoted? Like now that you have the job, now that it's done, what are you doing? Anyone that says they want clients, okay, now that you got the clients, how are you serving them? Are they on a long-term contract? Are they month to month? Are you working on new stuff with them? Is the project is Are you onto a new project? Are you on the first one? Are you onboarding them? Like, what is happening right now that you already got the client? For the person that had a massive win in their investments, okay, did you cash out? Did you trade and reinvest in something else? Are you holding? Are you just bragging to your friends? Like, what are you doing now that your stock mooned? What are you actually doing with that information? What are you doing with that reality? This is what protecting the prize method is. So anyone, again, please feel free. Comment below for people watching this afterwards. In the chat, throw in the chat, like, what are you doing now that that financial win has actually occurred? What are you doing? Ideas that we could share with everybody else that other people can say, oh, that's inspiring. That gives me an idea. Okay, Pam, I'm building my recording studio while I'm retired. Awesome. Because we know those are expensive, right? So you definitely have a lot of money right now. I mean, just think about that, a recording studio. Those don't come cheap, but Pam's got enough money, so it's all good. Easy stuff. Anybody else? Anyone want to pop into the chat about this? Cool. Nothing on this right now. So quick. Okay, here we go. Douglas, writing my next script. Since the last one was nominated for an Academy Award. Awesome. Deep Purple Palm. I suddenly get teary because even this live is a bridge of incidents that helps encourage and keep me focused along the way. Thank you, my friend. Um, Matt, you want me to repeat what I'm supposed to? Hopefully, my internet's good. But I was just saying, like, Matt, now that you've got your financial win, what are you doing to, like, did you get a bunch of clients? Okay, how are you serving them? Did you schedule things with them already? Like, what is the actual result? What is the thing that you're doing now that you've gotten the clients or now that you've gotten the YouTube subscribers? Are you putting out more videos because you got more YouTube subscribers? Are you making more content? Beatrice, creating new books daily and learning how to do it better with each book. On trading, learning and applying new tools that I'm learning. Um, Edith says, I started my own brokerage and now I'm hiring agents. So I'm fighting to get the good ones. Cool. I like this. Like, now that you're doing this, like, where are you hiring the agents from? Are there websites for this kind of thing where you can go to? Is LinkedIn the way to go? Is this like a word of mouth? Like, how do you get the web out there? Like, how do you get word out there so that the right kinds of people are going to find you? Like, think of it on that level. Dirk says, my team is onboarding them and serving them daily. I love it. I love it. Dirk is also setting another goal. Excited to experience the world with my kids and grandkids. We're researching the next adventure. Here we go, Matt. Awesome. More content happens, more phone calls, more goals crushed, more reviews left, more lives changed, more money made, more fulfillment felt. Awesome. I love it. Again, guys, I'm going to sound like a broken record here just because why not, right? Andrew loves sounding like a broken record. What's happening right now, what you typing that in or writing it down or thinking it up or commenting it below, this is the engagement in the process. I sometimes get people writing in and I don't I doubt anyone has a problem here because they haven't complained about it, but there are certain people that they have trouble visualizing. I don't know if it's just the way their brain works or if they don't, but they've convinced themselves they do. Who knows? But there are people that they have trouble actually visualizing, which could be a little tough if we're on board with this law of attraction thing. If you write something down, if you describe something, even if you don't realize that you're accessing your visual cortex, you're actually engaging, you're triggering things. So by describing something, by putting the idea down, by articulating it out loud, you visualized without even realizing it if you didn't see yourself doing it. So this really is a powerful process. Liz said, paying off borrowed money, buying my home, paying for my daughter's college, putting some into savings, putting some into other investments. Awesome. What I love about this is like all these different things at once. Which means there's a lot of money. It wasn't like a small win where like she did part of it. No, she did all of it because so much money came in. Suzanne said, walking around my new home, singing and dancing. Awesome stuff. Very awesome. Guys, I'm loving this. I hope you're feeling this even on the slightest level. This is it. And by the way, I'm doing this long live. We've been going just about 45 minutes now. You know this because I say it every day. You only need 5 minutes. If you want to do 10, awesome. If you want to do 20, awesome, but only if you enjoy it. You only need 5 minutes. I think anyone that saw my live on Friday or saw my early morning video on Friday saw how I actually published the math on depending. Matt, thank you so much, sir. You are the man. You are the man. Thank you. Um, you guys saw on Friday how I did like the math where, I articulated the studies that they had that proved that positive thoughts and emotions are a lot more powerful than negative ones. And I gave the math like there's studies that say hundreds of times as powerful, thousands of times as powerful. And I showed how like if we were conservative and we just said that a positive thought is 300 times as powerful as a negative one, thinking 5 minutes a day, good, it would take you 25 hours to offset that feeling bad. Meaning there's not enough time in the day at that metric of 300 to 1 for you to feel bad long enough in order to offset whatever good you did for yourself vibrationally just by feeling good and thinking about what you want for 5 minutes that day. That's how powerful it is. Awesome. Just started my own business. The next goal is getting clients, but I know it'll come. Thank you so much, Edith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys are so awesome. You really are. You are amazing. Okay. Deep Purple Palm says, Andrew, what if you hate the details? I can go straight to the end, but I'd rather not get into to details. Okay, cool. So here's the deal. Everything that I give, every extra layer or level of step that you do, it's really just intended as an easing leveraging point. But even just thinking in general, as long as you feel any sliver of positive emotion, that's enough. When I say people should get into the vivid details, it's because for many people, it helps facilitate the feeling. It helps facilitate the vibrational shift for them. But you could be extremely general. Like the universe knows what you want. You know what you want. You've thought of it at least once. So you don't have to get in the really fine details if you don't like to. Because remember, if you're engaging in this way in a way that you don't enjoy, then you're undoing the good that you can do. And this is another reason why, again, there's sometimes people they misinterpret like law of attraction books. A law of attraction book will say, Pam, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. People will read a law of attraction book, and the law of attraction book will say, you have to do the details. You have to. And then people are like, oh my God, I got to do the details. I got to do the details. And they're so stressed over it, they don't realize that they are inadvertently thinking about what they want while feeling a negative emotion. We don't want that. If my advice is to get as specific as you can while still feeling good. And if your specific is just general, that's okay. There is no problem. And I don't talk about this a lot. I mean, I guess I do, or I think people have figured out about me. But when I kind of knew that I might go in the direction of teaching this, I would do a lot of experiments. And what I mean by that is like, listen, I know this thing works. I know how it works. I know how it works for me. But I would go where I committed, I remember I think it was 4 months. I committed 4 months to only thinking about stuff generally to see what would happen, and things happened. I committed 3 months, I remember, to only doing a version of that where it's highly detailed. Obviously, in both of these instances, I made sure I was feeling good. I didn't put myself in a position where I felt bad, but I did these like month-wide experiments or multi-month experiments on levels of specificity or non-levels of specificity to prove and demonstrate for myself the simplicity that I keep going back to, that all that matters is that you feel good, any level of good, while thinking about what you have on any level of specificity or what you want on any level of specificity or both. Um, Thank you, Liz. The math was very impactful to see. Thanks for that. It's comforting when there's science backing this. Yes. I mean, it's good, I think it was the video I published today, this morning. There's a difference between belief and knowing. Belief is, you're basically hearing something secondhand, and all you can do is choose to believe it or not. But knowing can only come from firsthand experience. So this kind of stuff, whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling, this is the knowing part of things. Hopefully, I've made a good enough case for you to believe that this works long for you to do it long enough to get your result. But then once you get any kind of result, you get it experientially. Experientially, you don't need anyone to convince you or talk you into it anymore after that. Like that's the really cool thing about this. Okay, I want to talk about one of my favorite methods, the time lapse. The time lapse, huge winner from this guy right here. The reason it's so awesome is because it leverages the gratitude you have for things that have occurred or are occurring in order to make you more easily feel grateful for the future things so that you pull them in easier and you feel good while you're doing it. And, a version of the time lapse, like obviously standard time lapse, you put 3 to 5 things from the past that you're grateful for, 3 to 5 things from the present that you're grateful for, 3 to 5 things from the future that you're grateful for. Phrase them all in the present tense, jumble up the list, read each one off, and just bask in the gratitude for a minute of them. And because the future ones are intermingled with the present and the past ones, the authentic gratitude that you feel for the ones that you've already have will carry over into the future stuff. So it'll be an extra boost vibrationally for you. S. Kelly, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Your books help me make the decision to do my own business and enjoy what I do day to day and helping others. Thank you. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Um, so time lapse. So let's leverage. So the reason I bring this up, have things from your past, your present, or your future. You phrase all of them in the present tense. I want to invite everyone in the chat and anyone coming here later in the comments below to write something out that you're grateful for from a financial standpoint. And don't even tell me if it's from the past, the present, or the future. Word it in a way that I would never even know, but word it in a present tense way. Like for me, like I'm grateful for my mansion. Am I in the mansion yet? Is it the mansion I used to have? Is the one I'm gonna have? I just said I'm grateful for my mansion. Like put stuff down like that. Matt, gratitude. It's a great reset for the pity party. It should humble you. When you feel your life is terrible, it's a fantastic time to pull the comparison game of those less fortunate than you. Matt, you just gave a version of a discount trigger method. Thank you. If you can't find anyone less fortunate than you, try opening your eyes because you're not looking hard enough. That's right. Liv said, when you did that without specifics, were you even thinking about the thing you were trying to manifest? Just feeling good? Okay, so here's the thing, Liz. It's both. You could think about the thing that you want very generally, or you could just feel good. Like, again, I always say feel good while thinking about what you have or what you want or both, because it's a focus point. If you're able to feel good without a specific focus point, then you're okay to just feel good. But if you need the focus point, you have the focus point by choosing things that you want or that you have that you're grateful for. So either way works. I have $400,000 in my checking account. I'm grateful to do everything I want when I want because I'm so stable. I am loving my financial abundance with the love of my life, living my dream near the ocean, using my gift to help others. I am grateful for the dividends I receive from my investment accounts. I'm grateful for my wonderful family. I'm grateful to have for my full-time position. I'm grateful for my warm and safe home, my wonderful supportive husband and my pups. I'm grateful for all the amazing pets in my life. I'm grateful for the opportunity to create art. I love my new drum set. It's sparkly red and 6-piece. Able to walk and breathe easy. What a friggin' awesome ability. All these make me smile broadly. I am grateful for my financial independence. Like, look at this. Everyone that's typing in, you are participating in creating this, and everyone reading the other stuff, you are participating in the creation and the vibrational shift that's happening here. Like, think about all these things, like not only the stuff yourself, but reading through these things. Think about these people that are sharing the space with you, that are rooting for you. Everyone here is rooting for you. Root for them in the same way. Be happy for them to hear about their job and to hear about their family, to hear about their oceanfront property. Like, feel good for them. Like, this is a win. Everybody winning, anybody winning is a win. Suzanne, I'm grateful for my perfect health. I'm grateful for my vending business so I can retire comfortably. Like, look at all these wins that you're surrounded by. Like, this is manifesting money right here. This is what this is about. Do you want to know the worst part of this video? The worst part, well, there's two parts. One, the commercials that people didn't like. The second worst part is that I'm talking so much over this because I want to make sure to communicate this to you. If I had typed out these instructions and I left it on screen and you just followed along, just that alone would have been this powerful thing for you. Like the work in and of itself, it's not even work. There's so much power to it. There's so much there. And I want you guys to think about, Amanda, I love reading about all the things everyone is grateful for. Like, why wouldn't you, right? Creedy says, I'm grateful for my full time job that handles all my needs and my trading business that brings consistent above and beyond income. I love that. Above and beyond income. Notice the wording. Everyone is going to have their own way of wording this. You want to word something that personally relates to you. A lot of people hear, like, I'm so happy and grateful now that. That's okay if that resonates with you. But don't say, I'm so happy and grateful just because you read it in a book. Do it because you read it in a book and it resonated with you. Like above and beyond income, that's a unique way of saying it. Like I like that. That resonates with me. So I'll probably use that for myself in certain situations. But I love that. Above and beyond income. In fact, guys, think about that as a concept right now. What does the term above and beyond income mean to you? Just as what you're thinking of what that means to you, you are altering your vibrational frequency just by pondering and considering what that might feel like, how that might come about and be experienced in your life. That's what's like, this is what's happening right now. And whether or not, your solar plexus is buzzing, whether or not like it feels like it's really close or not so close, you should be very excited by now because you're engaging in this process. You should be super pumped about this. You really should. And there if I could say one thing and impart one piece of knowledge on you, like that was it for tonight. That by doing this for 5 minutes or like 56 minutes now, like what a magic shift. Alicia says, I'm so excited. All of my listings sold in 2 months. How cool is that? How cool is that? I'm so grateful for the shared time. You being with us makes a tremendous difference. Thank you. Um, you know what? It makes a difference to me also. Like there's a certain selfishness in the sense that like I like hanging out with you. Like what a cool thing to be on with all these awesome people, knowing that you're engaging in this joint process. And everybody's win is like a win for everybody else. Like it's not a win-win situation. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win for all the people on right now situation, including all the people that are going to find this later and comment below, including all the people that are going to rewatch this. Like all those people. Beatrice, as I fall asleep tonight, what is the best way to manifest while sleeping? So, I mean, the thing is, here's what I would do. I would think about the thing that's most important as long as it feels like good to do so, and just envision it for a little bit, and even say the statement like, as I fall into slumber tonight, I hereby express my deepest gratitude for this thing. I know it's coming to me in the right time and in the right way, and I know it's going to be the highest. It's going to be for my highest good and everyone around me. So thank you for that. I can now enjoy a good night's sleep, knowing I've put that out there and that the universe is working some magic for me in the meantime. Um, Thank you, Tesh. Matt said, excited and grateful for the 86,384 ideas I have that gets turned into a service or product for the incoming clients. Love that. Pam says, I'm high-fiving everyone right now. Christine says, love that affirmation. Can you email that before bedtime? Um, I can't, but well, kind of long story. I won't be able to access this live for a little while because answer this call, I've got a few things. But I will say this, Christine, it's 58 minutes into live right now. This live is going to be available on replay. So once this is done, go into YouTube and speed up to 58 minutes in or 57 minutes in and just watch it and type it out. So sorry I can't type it for you, but you have very easy access in this live whenever you want to listen to it. Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Matt's high five and Pamela back. Cool. Great vibe in the room here. We got a really good vibe. How's everyone feeling right now? Everyone good? Does anyone want, like, do we want to wrap up now or do we want one more method? Let's take a vote. Who wants one more method? Who wants to wrap up? Great, fantastic, blessed, incredible. I can do 5 minutes a day. Another, we got to vote for another method. Excited, fantastic. One more method, one more method. Okay, cool. The one more methods have it. Okay. By the way, again, like I wanted to make this very accessible, knowing that a lot of people have read my book. I specifically are basing these on methods from the book. And then for all the people that haven't read the book, this is a way for the book to serve people even if they haven't spent money on it. Again, win 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 across the board. So, this next one. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more of a meditative one. And it's a bit of like a grounding exercise that can be done like at any point in any way that works for you. I imagine most of you are sitting down. I mean, maybe you're lying down, maybe you're standing, who knows, but whatever it might be. Make sure your feet are kind of like the bottoms of your feet are touching the ground right now. And as you're, sitting there comfortably, I want you to visualize strong, healthy roots connected through the bottom of your feet that are going all the way down through the ground, through any floors until they get to the ground, stretching all the way out to the center of the earth. And if you need to during this, like you can close your eyes and breathe a little bit, take a couple of nice calm breaths as you start this process. You have these roots that are gently coming out from the bottom of your feet, and they're just like gently burrowing through to the center of the earth right now. And what you're doing here is you're about to engage in an exchange of positivity between you and the earth. And you're basically gifting the earth from yourself as gratitude, love, and light, just as much as you recognize that the earth is gifting you love and light right back at you. And understand, as these roots from your feet are connecting to the center of the earth, and you have this strong connection, and you have this exchange of positivity, and this exchange of light, this exchange of warmth, this exchange of care, and this exchange of love, of self-worth, of all these different things. Understand and acknowledge that this feeling of communion with the earth is actually contributing to your positive financial abundance vibration, because it's people who are grounded within themselves and are grounded within their environment and feel a connection and feel a comfort that they bolster their finances in an easier way. So even though there's no specific money visualization right now, even though we're about to put one in, just understand this strong bond right now that you have rooted through the bottom of your feet. It's creating something really powerful. But with that in mind, I want you now to visualize the light around the roots getting brighter and brighter and just expanding more and more and more as it expands outward across the entire planet. And imagine it's touching everything, it's healing everything, it's benefiting everything, including your bank account. This white light that began at these roots that were connected to the earth, that expanded all the way out now, it's permeating your bank account and it's boosting all the numbers up. It's boosting all your stocks up. It's boosting everything about you that is financial in nature. It's enhancing the value. It's enhancing the numbers. It's enhancing all these different pieces. I want you to visualize that light. It's getting brighter. It's getting warmer. It's getting more comfortable as it resonates within you. And it's just expanding all out throughout the whole world. And it's not only helping your bank account out, it's helping everybody. Everyone's bank account, everyone you care about, everyone you don't even know, everyone is benefiting right now. What you're experiencing right now, what you were voluntarily and kindly engaging in, is a worldwide, a global abundance boost. Thanks to you, thanks to your powerful connection. Allow yourself to feel this on whatever level. It could be a small level, it could be a deep, profound level. It doesn't matter. Notice how I'm not even stopping speaking long enough to let you ease into it, because you don't need me to stop. This is so powerful. You don't even need to concentrate. It's happening right now as I speak. And when this call is done, and when you go to sleep, and when you take your feet off the ground, even for times just to take steps, the connection will still be there. It's still going to be vibrating. It's still going to be expanding. It's still going to be feeding and contributing to your bank account and everyone else's bank account. to your financial abundance and everyone else's financial abundance, to your overall abundance and everyone's overall abundance. Really picture that. In fact, think of someone you care about the most other than yourself and put a specific focus of light and love right on their bank account. Help them out. Feel it enhancing them. And now think back to a friend from when you were a kid that you may or may not even be in contact with anymore. Access their bank account, throw that light into them, throw it towards them, enhance and boost what they have going on. Now think about a mentor, someone you looked up to, whether you knew them or not. Maybe they're already rich. We don't care. We're still going to benefit them. We're still going to enhance this. Throw some energy right at their bank account. And now just think about someone that you just like to do a favor for whatever reason, and throw some money their way, throw some light, throw some positive energy. Feel the roots vibrating, feel yourself vibrate, feel your feet are vibrating right now. And finally, as this is all expanding out, pull some of it back in for yourself. Pull some of it back into your body because you've earned it. You deserve it. You are just as, if not more worthy of receiving this. You've done for so much for so many people. You've done for the entire world in the past 5 minutes. Give to yourself now. Give that energy to yourself. Give it to your bank account. Feel and bask in it. Just enjoy it. That's what this is all about. This is for you. This moment right now is for you. You took time out of your day, out of your night. You took time away from, you could have done something else, positive or negative. You could have done something else, but you chose to be here. You deserve something for it. Give yourself this gift. Give yourself this benefit right now. Anyone who's watching this after the fact, you're here for a reason. You came back for a reason. You came afterwards for a reason. It's okay. Be here now. Be here in this moment. Come back. Time is an illusion. We are all here at the same time, all throughout, expanding this. And as we close things out, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to see yourself 2 years in the future with whatever amazing things that have happened. And I want you to feel and express gratitude for you of right now in this moment. The you of 2025, September 29th, 2025. Be grateful to that version of you who sat down for an hour and 7 minutes with Andrew and engaged in this process so that you could win. Express, feel, communicate that gratitude. Guys, as you're allowing yourself to feel this, again, most of you have my book, so it's not like I'm overselling it. Like, all of this is in the book. Go back and go through these methods in the book. I'm hoping that this gave you even like a new context of these methods. Like next time you go through a discount trigger method, next time you go through, 10 seconds from now or 10 minutes from now method, next time you go into the vibrating in harmony method, that's what we just did. We just did a modification of vibrating in harmony from the book. The next time you do that, you will hopefully have a loving memory of this moment that will carry over into this. Matt, thank you. I appreciate that. Shannon, Christine, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone who if I'm missing your comments, I really appreciate you. But really, guys, like, lean into this. Again, I'm going to be doing another live to address a specific person who's been having a rough time and is very frustrated. Um, life isn't always easy. I might have at times, I'm sure at times I said it's supposed to be, but I never said it is. But what I will hold to is that the implementation of these methods, engaging in these methods is easy. There's nothing hard about this. Is life hard? Fine. You win. You get it. But I'll give it to you. For anyone out there who's feeling that, you can't tell me that these methods are hard. You can't tell me that this process is difficult. You can't. You can't. You can't be serious. This is cake. I want you to remember that tomorrow. Listen, I don't know if I'm doing a live tomorrow. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I'll say this. I kind of threw a barrage of emails to everybody like in the past week. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Douglas. Amanda, thank you. I I threw a lot at people a lot of emails. I'm not emailing tomorrow, even if I do a live. Like I'm giving you a break. Maybe I'll email again on Wednesday. Um, oh, Edith, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I'm not emailing tomorrow. So like if I don't do a live, I mean I'm uploading a video tomorrow, but if I don't do a live, say, okay, well then 8 o'clock, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna rewatch this live and I'm gonna re-engage in the same process with either the same financial goal or a completely different one, with either the same reasons why or different reasons why, the same reasons how or the different reasons how, same visualization, different visualization. Like this is your opportunity. It's always gonna be up, it's always gonna be here. And if the commercials pop in again, awesome discount trigger. And by the way, like the commercials are also a gift. Um, the commercials are supporting YouTube. YouTube is supporting me, and I'm supporting you, and you're supporting people that you love. So the commercial, I'm sure like it was a bit annoying in the moment when like you want to like hear what I had to say and something popped in, but that commercial is actually of a benefit to you and a benefit to me and a benefit to YouTube. So it's like, yeah, like cool, right? Thank you, SH. Yeah, everyone throw me a like, please. Tell YouTube, tell the algorithm that you're loving this. Share this. If you haven't subscribed yet, like subscribe on the strength of this, and maybe that'll tell YouTube, like, hey, Andrew did a good job here. Let's push this video out and see if other people can find it. Um, you could probably tell, like, up until this past like a week ago, with the exception of one video, I had not posted something since March of 2023. Like, so it's not like I'm desperate to like boost YouTube. Like, this isn't like a desperate ploy for me. Like, I want to re-engage, and like I said in I think my live on Friday, I'm thinking about a bunch of different ways of engaging with you. Some are free, some are not free. I'm thinking about a couple ways, and this right now is an experience for me. So, okay, how does this work? Does this work with chat? Would it be better if people were on a live call? I'm looking into that. Imagine like, there's layers and levels to this. Would it work better or work as good or not as good if we were on a live call and people were actually like verbalizing things? Food for thought. But in any case, I digress. Let me quickly get us back on point before I close things out. Um, I'm so grateful to you. And again, I hope above all else right now you could experience even the slightest level of a profound appreciation for yourself. Like you found yourself to this moment, to this video, to this live stream so that you can do this. I I distinctly remember I remember the year like when things turned around for me. Things got really bad and I had to take a really hard look in the mirror and I came to this conclusion of like I don't care what happens, when it happens, why it happens, how it happens. I'm going all in. I specifically remember doing a um a version of the time lapse, a very early version of the time lapse, and it felt like something changed. And all these years later, I remember what the piece of paper looked like that I was kind of like going off of the instructions. I remember the room I was in. I remember the way I was feeling in my body. I remember the time of day, just like the way the light was. I remember all these things profoundly and distinctly. And I wonder, I wonder if a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I wonder if you're going to think back to this moment. You're going to think back. You were on a YouTube live stream, chatting with a bunch of strangers, going through what might have seemed like a simple process or a profound process, or sometimes both. And you think back, wow, something shifted there. Oh, that's the thing. Not the only thing, but that was a critical turning point in my vibrational frequency before the big thing with the clients, before the big win, before the investments went through the roof, before the relationship resolved itself, before whatever, before the money came pouring in, came piling in. So much so that that dog doesn't stop barking at the door. What if years from now you're going to think back and remember like, okay, that was cool. Something shifted. That's right, Matt. Shout out to Edith for taking the number one spot as top fan of this chat. 9.99. I think that might have set a record for my best super chat. So I'm making money tonight. Cool. Like, hey, everyone's making money tonight, even me. So thank you to all the super chats. You guys, like, you have no idea. That is, I don't know how it feels for you when you type that in and you send money, but for me, it's like, what a profound compliment that someone when someone leaves a 5-star review, like, what a profound compliment that they took time out of their life to go on Amazon or Audible and do that. What a profound compliment. Someone said, "Hey, here I'm on the live stream looking to make more money. I'm going to give some money instead." Like what a high compliment. Thank you for that. In any case, at this point, like, I've been talking a little extra because I wanted to keep you here a little bit longer because I just want you to have the opportunity just to buzz a little bit more. Because when you hop off this live, I don't know if you could just sit there and bask in it or if you have an errand that you have to get straight to. So I've been dragging this out just a little bit longer, just to give you a little bit. I want this vibration to settle in and get sticky a little bit longer for you. So breathe. Take a minute out right now and just take a nice deep breath. And whenever you want to exhale, don't wait for me. You're on your own time here. Just exhale and let it out. And just understand this is what it means to make profound change. This is it. It's like, wait, that's it? There's other versions. There's going to be other versions. There's going to be the version where you will take inspired action. There's going to be the version where you do something very specific, very directed, very intentional. Yes, but this is part of it also. This is part of it. This is a huge part. This is where it begins. These are where the seeds are planted. Seeds are being planted right now. One's got 6 zeros on it. You know what 6 zeros is? It's $1 million. There's a seed right now with 6 zeros on it for you. If you're there already, maybe there's another zero in there. That's all I got for you tonight. This has been the inaugural, or I don't know if there'll be any more, but this has been the very first Money Manifesting Monday Live. I appreciate you all. When we're done here, just sit, relax, bask in it for wherever you can. Have fun. Leave a comment. You won't hear from me tomorrow. You'll probably hear from me Wednesday, but maybe I'll do a live tomorrow. So watch YouTube, watch your notifications. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Just know I really appreciate you all. We'll talk soon.